Good morning, everybody. You know, everybody on the internet has been so excited this week about J.J. Abrams getting hired to direct the new Star Wars movie. And you know what? JJ, I hate to be the one to steal your thunder, buddy, but you are looking at the brand new writer-director of the upcoming big screen reboot of Rocky Jones' Space Ranger. Holla! It's really awesome. Actually, I'm expecting a call from my producer pretty much any minute now, so let's just hurry up and get this over with, shall we? The following calls are taken from editions of Mail Call printed in the Herald Mail from January 21st to February 1st, 2013, which can be read online in their entirety at www.herald-mail.com. First up from Hagerstown. What a wonderful world it would be if each day each one of us would ask God to let us see others and love others the way that He does. According to Rick Warren, God expresses His love for us by continually evaluating us on everything we do and by constantly fucking with us to see how we'll react. So I think we already love each other the way God does. I'm calling about President Obama. I'm 73 years old and I voted in every election I could when I turned 21. This is the worst president I have ever seen. I'm afraid within the next 4 months that he has to serve, or 4 years, I'm afraid that's he going to completely change America. And I don't think we'll be the same country if they don't put stops on him. And Harry Reid and Pelosi, they're the same way. I don't know why they butter up to him. And they can see that he's trying to destroy our country and tax us to death. Hagerstown. So he hasn't completely changed or destroyed the country yet, despite what lots of people sounding an awful lot like you started saying about him 4 years ago before the start of his first presidential term. But these next 4 years, he's totally going to do it, right? Unlike Jimmy Carter or Bill Clinton, who conservatives also warned us would fundamentally transform the United States and establish a Marxist dictatorship or whatever. Oh, and Nancy Pelosi and Harry Reid are going to help Obama do this, right? Even though they've both been in Congress for decades and they haven't shown a whole lot of interest in destroying the country either. Any day now, right? Yep, the ridiculous 25-mile-per-hour speed trap camera cash machines for the city of Hagerstown, like on Northern Avenue, are building the city's coffers. I think it is time for the city council to take a look at these speed traps and raise the speed limits appropriately. But then there would be less money toward a great ball stadium, cough, Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. Okay, here's the thing. When a city raises property taxes, people bitch. When a city raises water and sewer rates, people bitch. When a city increases the cost of on-street parking, people bitch. And when a city installs speed cameras, people bitch. But city governments need to be funded. And I don't know if the money generated from these speed cameras is going anywhere in particular, but you know what? If some of it or all of it is going to fund a new ballpark, I say good. You might not be able to tell quite so clearly from over there in Waynesboro, but Hagerstown sucks. The baseball team, the Suns, is one of the only things left that makes it even a remotely interesting place to be. And if the city has to build the Suns a new ballpark to keep them from going somewhere else, then they should spend the fucking money and they should build the ballpark. And if they can raise that money by sending tickets to idiots who speed through intersections where they know speed cameras are, idiots like me, because I've done it and I've gotten a ticket, so much the better. I see in the Herald Mail that the great Governor O'Malley is pushing to repeal the Maryland death penalty, and he says it does not work. Well, if it doesn't work, I wish he would release the names of those who have been executed who've committed crimes. I think it works perfectly. If you're executed, you don't commit a crime. End of discussion. Washington County. The issue isn't over whether executed people commit crimes. The issue is over whether the possibility of a death sentence will prevent people from committing crimes. It's like... Hang on a second. I have to take this. Just a second. Sorry. Hello? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, that sounds good. Hey, listen, while I've got you on the phone, I had some ideas for casting. Do you have a minute? Okay. Okay, well, I was thinking of Matt Damon for Rocky. And then I thought maybe Jennifer Lawrence would be ideal for Cleolantha. Well, yeah, no, you're right. There is, I mean, yeah, there is an age difference there, but Damon still looks pretty young. I mean, I think he could pull it off. And I mean, Cleolantha's the villain. It's not like they have to have sex or anything. Oh, they do have to have sex. Okay. Um, well, well, what about Chris Evans? No, for Rocky. The church has lost 35% of its membership because it does not tell the truth. Example, there were not three kings at the manger. Mary Magdalene was not a prostitute. The earth is older than 6,000 years. The Romans under Constantine decided what books were to be included in the Bible and named Sunday the day of worship. The Romans embraced the religion and spread it throughout the world. Hagerstown. The church has lost 35% of its membership, if that is an accurate figure, because people have discovered the truth for themselves. If the church ever came out and told everybody the truth, it would lose 100% of its membership, because the truth is, the church is full of shit. Now that it looks like President Obama is trying to take your guns and has become a big opponent of the Second Amendment, you Obama lovers ought to look into his past, at his past voting records when he was a state senator in Illinois. When a vote came up on school violence, Senator Obama voted to abstain. Just another reason why you people fell for this man's rhetoric. Hagerstown. It looks like he's going to take your guns based on what, exactly? A vote to abstain when he was a state senator? That's really what you've got? Since he's been president, the Gabrielle Gifford shooting, he came out and mentioned gun control briefly and then completely forgot about it. After the Aurora shooting, he mentioned gun control briefly and then completely forgot about it. After the Sandy Hook shooting, he brought up gun control and finally seemed serious about doing something about it. And then all of his proposals, none of them came within a million miles of taking your guns or repealing the Second Amendment. So I ask you again, based on what exactly? And no, your own ignorant paranoia doesn't count. Only in America that you can smoke dope, jump rope, be on welfare, get food stamps and a medical card, but if you're a good American and go to work and pay taxes, you can't have a gun. God bless America. Williamsport. What the fuck are you talking about? You're just making shit up. Which America are you living in where people can't have guns? 'Cause it ain't this one. This is the America that has more guns per capita than any other country in the world. This is the America where, when there's a mass shooting, we go out and buy more guns. When else does that happen? If a bunch of kids down the block from you drown, is your first thought, I've got to get a pool? Isn't it ironic that a country that takes God out of schools, files complaints against nativity scenes during Christmas, passes laws for gay marriage, etc., has a 5-minute prayer to God during the inauguration? Williamsport. It's not ironic, but it is incoherent. I wish they would ditch the prayer from the inauguration. Maybe they could replace it with a reading from Jefferson or Madison. Or with nothing. Just cut it out completely, because, let's be honest, the inauguration is pretty bloated. Why not just skip the prayer and get right to the speech from the guy we elected? Tighten that shit up. And finally, from Greencastle, Pennsylvania, our great savior, the protector of the middle class and the lifesaver of little children, Barack Hussein Obama, passed 20-some things saying he's going to stop gun control with these 20-some things that he passed, but never mentions about Hollywood violence because he's in bed with Hollywood. He never mentions anything about the gaming systems because he's in bed with the gaming systems. And he never said anything about mental health. 3 main things, that's probably the source of people getting these mass suicides. Is mass suicide really a problem? I love how all these conservatives who have always been all about personal responsibility and never could have given 2 shits about violent movies or violent video games, let alone quality of mental health care in this country, are suddenly running each other over to talk about those things now that gun control is finally under serious consideration again. Deflect much, fellas? Just a second. Hello? Yeah. I see. Was it my casting suggestions? Because I'm flexible on all of that. I see. Okay, very well. All right. Thank you. You too. Well, I lost Rocky Jones. They are going with McG instead. They finally got around to reading my script, and after they read it, they decided instead of paying me millions of dollars to write and direct the movie, they were going to tear up my contract, which apparently contained a clause allowing them to do that. I don't know. I didn't really read it. Oh, man. I bet it was that torture rape scene. I was worried about that before I sent it in. I knew I should have taken another pass at it. I knew it wasn't funny enough. Whatever. Thanks for watching.